Hi everyone. Hi everyone. So due to a technical error, we're gonna go live from my channel and we're gonna add Vegified here. Just waiting for her to come. Once she's here, we can begin our session. Just give a couple of minutes. Hi Ravi, hi Saloni, hi Vidya. We'll just wait for my collaborator Vegified to join me, and once I add her to the video, we'll begin the live session. Hi, welcome. Hi. Yes. So I hope you can hear me.
Hi, Vimki. I can see you and I can hear you. It's so nice to have you.
Yes, it's so nice to be with you. Yeah.
And I'm glad on whichever platform it worked out is phenomenal. So, I mean, before we go ahead, I obviously would like to introduce you where everybody already know you, and I would also like to introduce Vegified and you know what we're doing together. So like I said, every Wednesday we're trying to do a wellness Wednesday, and every Friday we're trying to do a fusion Friday. So this is perhaps the first in the series of a very interesting collaboration with you, Vimki. He, as all of you guys might know, is a certified vegan and vegetarian chef from the UK. And basically, she has this amazing, interesting fusion twist on all the vegetarian and vegan dishes that she makes, which I find incredible. Because, you know, vegetarianism shouldn't and veganism shouldn't be a challenge or a compromise. And that is obviously our core philosophy, which completely, you know, aligns with yours. So I'm really glad to collaborate with you. I'm really glad to start this series. Should we dive into exactly what we're doing today?
Of course, yes, we can. From my side, I apologize for the delay due to these technical difficulties. Today, I've brought a recipe to you which I've entirely created. It's a beautiful fusion of the South and the North, India, of course. So, this is going to be a lentil cracker, the base of which I'm going to show you. And you're going to top it with a nice, you could call it either a bruschetta topping or you could call it a chaat, tangy chaat topping as well. It's completely different and yet familiar taste of flavors. The base I have already prepared here, but I'm going to show you how to make the dough. So these are our lentil crackers. Could you see them? These are our lentil crackers. I'm going to show you how to make the dough. I have not made it completely gluten-free, but I'm going to give you an option of how to make it gluten-free. Let's dive into the recipe. I'll upload the written recipe later, so you can just follow the instructions first.
Yeah.
So I've taken half cup of wheat flour. I'm having the recipe here. So this is a quarter cup of wheat flour. And then I'm taking an equal quantity of rice flour. You could take brown rice flour if you want to make it, more healthier. But I've taken white rice flour for now.
Okay.
I just add both the flours here. And I have 1 teaspoon of baking powder, which I'm going to add to these flours.
Okay.
Then what I'm going to do is the lentils is going to come from the roasted gram dal here. So these are roasted gram dal, which are also known as daaliya in Hindi, or you could also call them as fried gram dal. You could replace these with chana dal as well, the yellow gram dal or the yellow moong dal. Even those go well, but these really taste good, so you could try them. I've taken 2 tablespoons of this, and then I've taken an equal quantity, 2 tablespoons of roasted peanuts. These are your regular peanuts, which I've roasted them in the oven. I usually keep these in stock all through because I love a bit of crunch in my salads or in my stir fries, and I usually add roasted peanuts to them. Okay. So these are roasted peanuts, equal quantity.
So did you say any dal was okay? Any dal?
Any dal is okay, yeah, but I've taken roasted gram dal and peanuts here. You could even take yellow gram dal, the yellow daaliya or chana dal, as you call it.
By roasted,
and
for a
pardon?
By roasted, you mean you just roasted it for a few minutes on
No,
the...
I've not roasted it. The English name is roasted gram dal. I've just taken them direct without soaking them.
Okay, fine. It's not soaked, it's not cooked, nothing.
Nothing. We just want the crunch to come into our crackers, so I've taken them as it is.
Okay.
Lastly, we'll be adding 1 tablespoon of sesame seeds, just for the nutrition or the calcium value. Okay?
Okay.
And because I live in South India and I want to give this a South Indian fusion touch, so I'm going to add some curry leaves. Okay?
Oh,
I'm
wow.
going to add 5 to 6 curry leaves. They just washed and dried.
Okay.
I put them all in the blender here.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to pulse them.
Did you also want to put coconut?
Yeah, I could put coconut as well. That's an optional element. If you don't have desiccated coconut or fresh coconut, you could do without it. But if you have desiccated coconut, you will take 2 tablespoons. Again, the same quantity as the dals. You're going to take same quantity and just give them a pulse. We don't want it to become like a powder or a butter. We just going to give it a pulse to kind of break the pieces. Okay?
Okay.
That's it. Just a pulse. And I'm going to add it to my flour mixture here.
Oh, so it's coarse right now.
It's just coarse, yeah.
Okay.
Some are coarse, some are powdery. So I want that crunchy texture to come into my crackers.
Yeah.
And that's how I've made this thing. To this, I'm going to add salt and red chili powder.
Mm-hmm.
We want these crackers to have a nice taste to them. So I'm going to add about half a teaspoon of red chili powder.
Wow. So, Vimsi,
And then,
if we make it gluten-free, what are we supposed to do?
so if you want to make it gluten-free, rice flour is absolutely fine.
Yeah.
We take out the whole wheat flour and we could either add oats flour, the gluten-free oats flour which you get, or you could add something like a amaranth or a jawar flour and just add 1 tablespoon extra of cornstarch. So if I've taken half cup of wheat flour here, you're going to add 1 tablespoon of cornstarch and fill up the remaining half cup with any of the gluten-free flours.
Okay, got it.
Okay. So we need the cornstarch basically to bind it. Since there's no gluten in any of the gluten-free flours, we need a binding agent. Okay.
Correct.
So we're going to add cornstarch then. To this mixture, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of oil. There's no butter content, as you can see.
So
And then we're going to add water and make the dough.
it's also pretty much vegan.
Yeah, it is vegan. There's no milk here at all. Any dairy. So first, just mix it well so that all the salt, chili powder, everything is incorporated well.
Mm-hmm.
Just a rough mix with your fingers.
Yeah.
And just make a well and add the water slowly.
Okay.
I've taken half a cup of water again, the same quantity as the flours.
Yeah.
We just need to bring the mixture in roughly. We don't need to knead it as such. We don't want gluten forming because this is just a cracker. I've added the water entirely.
Yeah.
Just the dough together. That's it. This makes for a nice snack as well because we've added enough spices here to just make it like a nice tea time snack. And when you want to elevate it, you could put the topping, which I'm going to be showing you today.
Okay.
Done. See, it just has to be a smooth dough like this.
Okay.
We need to eat it for 10 minutes. But since this is a live video, I'm just going to dive in and show you the rolling. For this, you'll have to preheat the oven for about 10 minutes in 170 degrees Celsius. Okay. So since this is ready, I'm going to show you how to roll it. So either you take 2 baking papers or you take a cling wrap like this.
Okay.
Okay, cling wrap. And place your dough in between both the cling wraps. I'm just going to take out a bit of the dough.
Okay.
Okay, and make it into a rough circle.
Is the dough crumbly or is it like a normal dough?
So it is going to be a bit crumbly because we have a lot of small bits and pieces in it, right? Because of the dal and the peanuts, it is going to be a bit, coarse to handle.
Yeah.
So we have to very gently roll it out. It's not, and since it does not have maida, it's not got a smooth texture and it's not going to roll out easily.
Yeah.
So that's the reason we use baking paper or the cling wrap.
Yeah.
I'm going to in between. Yeah.
Vinky, could you focus the camera a little bit more to
Yes,
the
of course. Bring it close.
a little bit down?
Yeah.
Not so clear still. Maybe a little bit far away, but that angle is fine.
Is this good?
Yeah, a lot better. Perfect.
So I've put this in between the cling wrap and I'm just going to press it with my palms first.
Okay.
And then I'm going to roll it out gently.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
We just want a 1 to 2 mm thickness.
Okay.
And then you could use any cookie cutter and just cut out your circles or flowers or whatever you wish to, like this.
Yeah. Oh yeah, cool.
Okay.
To cut out fun shapes for kids, etc.
Of course. And then you use a fork and you just make tiny holes there. So since we don't want it puffing up.
Huh.
Okay.
I think Nuns is asking, what if we dust it with some flour, or should we just roll it directly?
No, you could roll it directly because this dough is very pliable. You don't need to dust flour at all. As you can see, I'm just rolling it very easily here.
Yeah. Yeah, it seemed very easy to handle. I could see it very clearly. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just cover it back. I'm just going to take small discs to show you better. Press it flat with your palm first and then just roll it out.
I had a question. Why do we need to do this between cling film?
I'm going to show you the technique of doing it without cling film. Then you'll be able to make out the difference.
Okay.
It's going to crack a lot.
I see.
Okay, so I'm going to show you the next dough without the cling film. Then you could make out the difference.
Okay.
It's always better to know when you make a mistake how the mistake is going to turn out. So that's a good idea. I'm just going to show you once I roll out, how it's going to look.
Yeah.
See.
Oh,
it's going to crack. So when you want a smoother finish, it's always better to put it between 2 baking papers or a cling film and then do it. It's going to have a lot of cracks.
That's a really good hack. So everybody should, yeah.
Okay, so these are the cracks which I'm having. Though I could still use it, but the finishing is not going to be so great. Yeah. So I just put my fork there. And I've made these 3 discs. I put them inside my oven for about 12 to 14 minutes in 170 degrees Celsius.
Okay.
Okay. And once they bake, you need to cool them down completely.
Oh, just 12 minutes? That's not a lot. So these
12 to 14 minutes. So in my oven, it took me about 14 minutes. Okay. And they were brown like this. You could even take them out a minute before. Okay, so the cooking process always continues even after you take them out. So I suggest 12-13 minutes is fine. You take them out, cool them completely, and then use them. Since we didn't have that kind of time, I have made my cookies here already, the crackers. Okay, they're very pretty. They have some fantastic texture in them. And they taste good because you have all these dals and salt and chili powder all coming in together. And they're very healthy because we've added sesame and peanuts and dals. So this is a fantastic snack just as it is. Yeah. Let's move on to the topping. I'll show you what I'm going to do with the topping.
It's a phenomenal snack to have with any toppings. You know, actually, even with just with hummus, with like a, you know, topping, with a yogurt dip, like anything actually.
Of course, yeah. You could have anything. You could just store it in your airtight container for easily about 10 to 15 days.
Right.
Again, this is a South Indian fusion, come Bengali chaat fusion. So I'm going to do something which is traditionally called a tomato tokku. Okay, it's a very coarse tomato chutney which we eat in the South with idli and dosa. I've elevated, given it a slightly chaat, kind of infusion with the use of tamarind paste. So let's see how I'm going to make this, and I'm going to formatize it by adding it in the cracker here. Okay. So I switch on my pan here.
Yeah.
And we'll add a bit of water, just a tablespoon enough.
Yeah.
And put it to heat.
So,
yeah.
So this tomato topping that you're making is a South Indian specialty, is it?
It's not actually. I've just changed the whole idea of the recipe actually. We will be using things like, rye, which is mustard seeds, and these dried red chilies, which you get everywhere in the world, I'm sure. And we're going to be using tamarind and tomatoes. That's a combination which is very traditionally used in the South. So I've kind of amalgamated that and made something different. It's going to have these chaati kind of flavors because there's going to be tamarind and jaggery.
Oh, wow.
Liquidation is going to be the tamarind and the jaggery. Oh, so I think you like it.
Art.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
So we'll just wait for the oil to heat up.
Okay.
My other ingredients here are I've taken some shallots or the small onions, the pearl onions, summer onions, whatever you call it in whichever region you live. I've taken 2 to 3 and I've just quartered them. And then I've taken some cherry tomatoes and quartered them as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so my oil's heated up. I'm going to put in the rye or the mustard seeds first. Okay. And we're going to wait for it to splatter.
I'm very excited for this topping, Vimki. Huge fan of like South Indian food, and I'm a huge fan of street food as well,
Yeah. So, this topping again tastes nice, with the cracker, just as it is. You pulverize it and make it into a chutney, even that is good. Yeah. Or you could just have it like a side salad, your chutney and then the tomato, it's going to kind of liquidify. They're going to really boil it down quite well. So it'll almost be like a sun-dried tomato, you could say. Because it's just created by me, so you could just call it whatever you want.
Yeah. So is it going to be like a chutney or is it more like a bruschetta topping?
No. It's going to be more like a bruschetta topping because I'm not going to blend it in the mixie.
Okay.
Yeah. My mustard seeds are fluttering. I'm going to add these dried red chilies. So if you don't have dried red chilies, it's fine. You could just add maybe half a teaspoon of green chilies.
Right. So far, for everybody who's just joined in, I just want to say Vimki's made amazing lentil crackers. They can be made vegan. Of course, they're vegan, and they can also be made gluten-free, which she's told us. And now she's making a topping for it. It's kind of like a bruschetta topping tomato, but it's like with...
So I've added the onions now.
Yeah.
We're just going to wait for the onions to cook a bit, become translucent, and then we're going to add the cherry tomatoes.
Yeah.
Again, if you don't have cherry tomatoes wherever you live, you could use regular tomatoes.
Okay.
Diced.
Okay.
My onions have become translucent. I'm going to add the cherry tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to add salt because I want the tomatoes to sweat. So I'm going to add salt here.
Okay. So adding salt at this stage is basically for the tomatoes to sort of sweat.
Yeah.
Become a lot smaller and leave all their water, right?
Yeah. I'm going to add some tamarind paste here. About 1 tablespoon.
Okay. And so this...
And then about quarter teaspoon of jaggery powder. If you don't have jaggery powder, you could add brown sugar as well.
And so this tamarind was something that you soaked and then, blended, or?
I'm sorry, I just can't hear you because the pan is sizzling quite a bit. So I'll just answer your questions a minute later.
I was asking you about the tamarind.
What's she saying?
I was asking you about the tamarind.
Will this be saved for later reference?
I've added chili powder now, red chili powder.
Pooja is saying, can the camera focus on the pan, please? Can we see the
Yeah.
pan? See how it looks cooked?
Yeah. Could you bring the pan closer?
Oh, perfect.
I've added my tamarind paste, the jaggery powder, and some water. Okay? So we're
Okay.
going to wait for them to cook down completely. I want the tomatoes to look very bruised.
Okay.
We're just going to wait for it to cook. And now I can hear you because the sizzle has come down. So if there are any questions, I'll answer them now.
Yeah, so somebody was asking, actually, I was asking what is your tamarind paste? Did you make it yourself? Did you soak the
Yeah,
tamarind?
I make it myself. So you get this tamarind here, right? I just soak them in water for
Yeah.
about half an hour. Once it's soft, I just put them in the blender with a little bit of water and blend it.
Okay.
That's good to go. Yeah.
And also, like, does this topping go really well with like a safe puri, you know, or like with any
Uh,
other part? Can we
yeah,
top?
so it actually also goes well with your sandwiches. In fact, if you want to lay some chutney or something below or a hummus below, this gives the tanginess there. Like how you would, layer a hummus with pickled vegetables. So
Yeah,
this would have that tangy taste.
right. Yeah, exactly. This is a really great chutney, you know,
Yeah,
like a tamarind jaggery tomato chutney.
yeah, correct.
Yeah, which would go with a variety of things.
Yeah,
And I guess you can play with it. You can, whiz it and make it like a smoother paste, or you can let it be the way it is. I guess, you know.
yeah, yeah. You could make a paste and then that becomes your, topping like a pate, you could say. The
Yeah,
way you put a pate on crackers. So that would make it like a paste. I'm leaving it chunky here to give it like a bruschetta or a chaat feel.
yeah.
Someone missed the beginning. What is it?
So Dimple is asking what's being made. Sorry, missed the beginning. So guys, we're making a lentil cracker with a tomato tamarind topping. So it's basically a lentil cracker chaat. And we were just discussing all the other uses of the crackers and all the other uses of this chutney. And for whoever's just joined, don't worry. We'll put up the whole recipe.
Yeah.
It's written down for like later reference. Yeah, we'll put up a whole proper recipe. Hi, Nirali. Very excited to see how the tomatoes are doing.
Yeah.
Can we see them? It's not focused to the tomatoes.
You get closer. See, as you can see, it's
Oh, the
cooking
water.
down.
Yeah.
The water's going. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the water to completely dry out.
It's pretty straightforward, Vimki, actually.
Yes, very easy. So I like to create simple recipes, minimal ingredients, and just gourmetizing them. I use that word a lot. I'm sorry. So as you can see, it's completely bruised. You can see the tomatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're completely softened. Now I'm just going to use a spoon and lay them on the crackers which are ready already.
Yeah. And I guess this can be used hot or cold, right?
Yes, yes, of course. It would be better if you cool it completely because our crackers are kind of cold.
Yeah.
So this would taste nice if it's cool, but I just finished doing them now.
Yeah.
You'll get an idea of how it's going to look.
Yeah. And if we want to use it as a chutney, then we wait for it to cool down and then we sort of whisk
Yeah,
them.
we blend it in the mixie. Yeah.
And can this be stored for some time?
Yeah. Yes, of course. You can store them for a couple of days in the fridge.
All right.
We have space for one more. So yeah.
Your daughter is going to get to have or your son.
Yes, both of them actually. Both of them are here.
Amazing. I could hear them.
Yeah. And then we'll just garnish them prettily with some coriander.
Stunning. Easy, quick. I guess the chutney has multiple uses. The crackers have multiple uses. And
Yes.
super good fusion, like a nice appetizer to serve, you know?
Yes, of course. So this is a nice bite-sized appetizer to serve at your parties, or obviously we don't have those right now. Yeah, it's nice. So you could make the crackers beforehand, keep it, have it with your tea time snacks. Use any topping, like I said, hummus, mayo, anything. It tastes very nice. It's multi-purpose, the chutney as well as the crackers. So I hope you liked my fusion.
It was incredible. Thank you so much for coming on, and thank you. Thank you for having me logged on to your account.
Yes.
Would love to share this video and recipe with everybody in our community. So please send it to us as soon as we end.
Yes. So within a couple of hours, I should be able to download it and send it to you, so you could upload it as well. And I'll send you the written recipe as well in some time.
Perfect. Thank you everybody for tuning in. It was really amazing. Yes, Archana. Thank you, Shalu. All of you all. Thank you, Dimple, for logging in. And I'll see you next week. And I've already gotten a whole bunch of recommendations for what you should be making on our next Fusion Friday.
Perfect. I would love to try my hand at those. Yeah.
We're looking forward to our idli burger.
And yes, of course. Okay.
A bunch of more recommendations that we've gotten from everyone. So thank you, Vimki. Thank you everybody for logging in, and I'll see you again next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.